2021 goes what they are.
2021. You know, the cool thing, people are like just saying, happy 21.
I don't remember who's saying that.
People have been telling me that.
Don't know anybody who's saying that.
Twitter isn't everything. Just because people aren't saying it on Twitter doesn't mean people aren't saying it.
This is true. So I'm supposed to trust people on Facebook saying that?
No, real live conversations have said that to me.
Who's talking in the pandemic?
What?
Let's go. What's going on, good people? Welcome back. Another episode. First episode, 2021. I'm Damon.
Katoya.
We are the Summoners because we summoning up here on this podcast. And we like that right there, jump into this thing here. This is the first one of 2021.
First one.
Somebody told me that people out here in the streets just saying happy 21. I don't know these streets.
That somebody is me, and I said that's what people have said to me.
Are they saying that? Are they really saying that? People?
Yeah, they're saying happy 21.
I ain't heard nobody say that.
I like it.
Happy 21.
Too much. 2021.
Well, we were saying 2020.
I was talking to someone and she said happy 2021.
That's wrong. That's not right.
I was like, it's a lot of words.
That's not right.
Don't worry about that.
Nobody says that.
So just say happy 21.
Yeah.
But we do say happy new year to you good people. Thanks for coming back. You start your new year with us. Man,
we made it.
It means so much.
We made it.
Through 2020.
Woo.
And then I woke up and I just said, hey. It's another day.
Yeah, right.
Blessed to see it.
Let's get into it.
Still in the middle of a pandemic. America, you know.
Oh.
All kind of things.
All kind of things.
It's like, you know what?
Get into it.
It's kind of like getting married.
Mm-hmm.
And hang in there with me.
Come on.
And, you know, you're like, oh my gosh, he has these problems.
Still here.
I mean, he cheated, but, like, I still love him, and we're committed now, or whatever else is your problem. We don't really communicate very well, but we're going to get married. And when you
go to sleep,
and when
you
get married, and then you wake up the next day, those things still exist.
Still there.
So happy New Year.
That's it. Want to start off with optimism, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we're about here.
No, it's realism, and it's a real thing, but we do have some optimism coming your way.
We do.
If it's your first time, because you're happy to join in with us, welcome again. It is Sum It Up with the Summoners, Damon and Katoya, and we are so glad that you are here. We always say that because we mean that. We are 24.
This is 24.
24 episodes, and that's a big deal for us. And man, shout out to you if you have listened to 24 episodes. I want to know who you are. Please just like DM us. That is celebratory. I mean,
I want to celebrate you. Appreciate
that's
you.
pretty bomb. And if it's your first, welcome.
Yes,
so let's talk about it.
As we always like to do, we like to get in with some appreciation. We like to always say thank you so much for people who are rating and reviewing on Apple Podcasts. We always like to read out a podcast review. And listen, if you haven't done it yet, start the new year off right, baby. We appreciate that support. Take a few seconds, right? Whenever you're listening, jot it down, write us something simple, because we got another one today we want to share. Who we got today?
It is true. Today, we have Catherine Blanford, and it says, this is so needed.
Come on.
And we only read 5 stars, so 5 stars here. And it says, I've admired how this couple keeps their love and all 3 children alive and thriving for a long time. Now, I get to hear them on the reg. Finally, something good in 2020. Smiley face. Appreciate you, Catherine. That's really sweet.
It is.
You know, we be trying to be alive and thriving. You know how people come up with those like double words?
They do.
Thriving and jiving. You know, 2020. I'm going to come up with
21.
A tag.
Something like that.
A little tag. But no, you know, we do try to thrive. And it is a long time in our span of life. So thank you for that review. It does mean tons. And I did say we only read 5 stars, but to be honest, we've only received 5 stars. So I'm just lying. Anyway.
Do your part. Also want to shout out everybody rocking with us on Patreon, Patreon, for that exclusive content, bonus episodes.
Whoop, whoop.
Listen, we are doing, this little weekend, we're doing some recording here ourselves. So we've got some bonus episodes that only you'll be able to watch and or listen to on Patreon. We would love for you to consider joining us there. And also check us out. We got a private Facebook group where we get a chance to just have a little good time right there. Right. We've been plotting and planning. We want to just kind of share a little bit real quick because we talked about goals.
Pinky in the brain?
Pinky in the brain.
What's the question though?
He said, what are we doing today?
What we doing today? You know, same thing we always do, Pinky. You know,
take
over the world.
Right. Take over the world, man.
I mean, we could have butchered it, but you know. Pinky in the brain. We've been plotting and planning. Anytime I think about plotting and planning, I literally think of that cartoon. What do we? Same thing we do every day, Pinky.
Trying to take over the world.
Trying to take over the world.
We actually just we're just going to go ahead and jump into it. We're talking about our, 2021 goals, right?
Right.
People are kind of planning. A few episodes ago, we talked about, reflecting and planning. And so we actually, we've just been very honest, just had our meeting to talk through our goals as a family, as a couple, personally. And we want to share that with y'all. You know, I think it's something that hopefully is beneficial. Hopefully it's something that is maybe encouraging, motivational, or even you kind of already did it because you on top of it. You grinding, you getting it in. You're like, you know
check you out. Check you out.
Oh, they got some goals like us.
Get you.
So yeah, we want to jump into that. And one of our goals is to continue to provide and give more content that is beneficial, that is fun, that is engaging or encouraging, whatever the case may be for you.
That's short and quick and consistent.
Get to the point, right?
I like all those words.
All of them. So, anything else you want to say about 2021 before we jump in? I think we already butchered it enough. We feel good about that.
Yeah, I know. I did start us off with comparing it to a bad setup to marriage. I'm sorry about that.
Because it kind of is.
It is kind of true.
There's a lot. I'll just say this before we move on. There's a lot. This is a long runway. There is a lot of pressure. No. This is us talking right now. There's a lot of pressure on 2021.
Yeah, poor thing.
2021 feels like
relationship.
That's exactly what it is.
Was that what you gonna say?
Great minds think
My bad.
alike.
I shouldn't have took it from you.
No. Oh, this is Together Thunder, Shake and Bake. We were in a bad abusive relationship, right? 2020.
Okay.
And 2020 was not good to us, but we kept coming back. We kept hoping that the summer was gonna be good, the fall was gonna be good.
It was almost like 2020 held you prisoner.
Yes,
and held you captive, and like you just had to try to do that Kimmy Schmidt and just count it down every day.
So this rebound relationship of 2021, woo! We met them and got into it quick.
Yeah.
We just jumped into the relationship, swiped right there, looked at the profile.
Relieve me immediately.
Please
rescue me. Be my hero, 2021, 2021.
And I just take a deep breath.
No, it is true. Yeah, take a deep breath.
Just take a deep breath.
So it might not be that great.
You never know, but we're going to get through it.
Yeah.
That's what we know. And so these goals that we've been working on, and hopefully you guys will get a chance to chat with you and your boo, are hopefully going to just try to make the best of it every day. Just trying to maximize every day. So let's dive right into it. We're going to dive backwards for a quick second and talk about some goals that we did not crush in 2020. You know, we looked at the sheet and was like,
Okay, no, that was really good. That's a real good idea. Goal.
That's a good idea.
And that one was too. Huh.
Didn't get there.
Didn't touch it.
Didn't touch that.
Yeah, we had win, lose, or draw.
This goal right here for me was a loss.
Yeah, this is not. No, that didn't It didn't happen, and that's okay though, right? Because that's the reality. And also, we talked about in the previous goal, talking about how you need to visually see them. But 2020 came with a vengeance. And so lots of things just couldn't happen in the way that maybe you desired for them to happen. And that's all right. And we're not shaken by it. But, definitely some that didn't make it. What's one that didn't make it for you?
Listen, your boy was supposed to read 10 books last year. Supposed to just read 10. That's a book and a half, a month, something like that. I'm not great at math. This isn't a math podcast. That did not happen. If I take away the books I read with my classes as a teacher. No,
count them.
Count those? Oh, I read 3 books. I read 3 books.
I can't talk.
If I took those off, settle books.
Settle. Stop. You're normally better than that.
I am normally.
I was supposed to have more classes, teach more fitness classes. Gyms were closed. Don't know how that was supposed to happen. But I will say, a little pivot happened. Pivot, and just try to be great in the middle of like something that's this bad relationship we have with 2020. And so I did have some online classes where I taught pound and things. So that was great, and that lasted for a little while. And shout out to everyone who joined. That was fun. And Pound and Pours are back live too, so that's fun and things like that. But yeah, I didn't get into new places for classes. There was no new place for me to enter.
No, it was not. So that's just a quick example of, hey, every goal last year did not get accomplished, and that's perfectly okay.
A couple things failed.
Some things ain't gonna get accomplished this year.
It wasn't. And actually, after we looked, there were some things that were able to be accomplished, and there were many things that we were able to add that weren't even on the list.
Definitely.
However, we definitely copied and pasted most of that for 2021.
Boop.
It made our goal conversation rather easy. It was like, no, that's still good.
That's good.
That's still good.
Run that back.
Hopefully we can achieve that this year if the world gets back, if America gets back to about 50 to 75% operational. So I guess we'll see.
Have those singular wireless rollover minutes. You know that? Come on now. Pull with me out here. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep moving. Let's roll that thing. Let's jump around. Let's get into. We had some family. Let's go family here for the next few minutes. Here.
Okay.
So we could dig a little bit into the marriage stuff in a little bit.
And ours really broke into categories of marriage, family, personal, and financial.
Yeah.
Were kind of
our goals.
Yeah, our goals.
So some of our family goals that we had, in no particular order, was that if we want to, one, if we're being very honest, we want to continue to try to find ways for our kids to learn how to swim well. That's really been a goal for us, probably for 2 years.
Yeah.
This is going on year 3, and that's just a big goal. You know, if you've got kids, or shoot, even if you just want to know how to swim yourself as an adult, and I looked at her, but if you threw me in 12 feet, we got trouble.
It's both.
And so,
it's one of
but it's
those
a big goal.
Systemic problems.
Well, swim lessons.
Regional, systemic.
Yes.
To be fair.
Fair. We want to continue to have less processed food, more fruits and veggies, just healthier options here, which ties into also having kind of creating a set weekly calendar, right? Just
weekly meal planner. You know what? The other day, he's 10.
Mm-hmm. He's 10.
Yeah, but he says things like, "This is mission. When I have a family, we're just gonna write our menu out every week, and that way we'll just already know what it is." You know what? When I have a family, he does this. He's done this at least 3 to 4 times.
Has it?
You've been around for him too. What's that other one was like? When I have a family, we're gonna take trips, and it was just like, nigga, that's shade. What are you talking about? This is shade. What are you trying to say? Get your little 10-year-old self. When, many years from now,
if I was at the helm.
If I was just like you all, I would do this differently. Boy, shut up. Shut up. But he's on to something, and it's not like it's his idea. We have had this before, but it is the reality that things are not consistent, right? Yeah, I know. When I have a family, I can't wait to hit him back with it one day too.
Please.
Oh, Mister, when I got a family, you got one there where your weekly meal
Where's
plan?
your menu?
Where your meal plan?
Where your menu, bro? Oh, no, you haven't. Get out of here.
Oh, my parents don't do it right.
Come to your grandparents' house where we got a menu on the fridge.
Yeah, because it's just us empty nesters here eating leftovers. Anyway. But, yes, it is true. We do want to come, create something. And I was like, you know what? I don't know why this goal of like just kind of planning out the meals, our menu as a family weekly, is not successful necessarily, but it's just about being consistent. And so we'll have a plan to roll that out in the month of January and kind of make our grocery list to fit the meals that are already there. And I'm hoping that we can try some new dishes as well without having to DoorDash them, but actually make them. So I'm not great. I'm not perfect in this area, but I have had better years before, right? Just there's some wins sometimes, there's some losses, and so just definitely want to improve kind of what we're eating. Yeah. And I think it does start with knowing where you're going, right? Which is the reason why we're talking about goals and planning anyway.
Definitely.
So yeah.
No, it's true.
Yeah.
Another goal we have as our family is that we want to specifically establish known chore routines. Kids do chores in our house, like they are helping out around the house, but it's kind of like, here and there. So this year we really want to kind of try to be more intentional. We're being consistent, have it up visually, out of sight, out of mind.
Right.
And then also, if the kids don't see it, we only can hold them so much with accountability.
Right.
So we want to do a better job with that this year as well.
And it allows them to do it on their own. Another thing too about like the whole chore concept is sometimes I just ask them to do things, right? Because it needs to be done. But they're in the middle of doing something that they might want to do, right? I'm sitting down watching TV. You're like, hey, come here and get this trash out. And as a respectful mother, okay? Great mom.
Great mom.
Okay? I am learning that is a little unfair to demand immediately that is what they need to do. Now, I get it. As a parent, you're like, no, you can demand whatever you want. It's true.
Yeah.
However, would you really want someone to just, like, pull you out of what you're doing to come and do a task? Well, instead, I feel like it would be better for us to refine the process of how it is done and give them the opportunity to, like, take the ownership more.
That's what we're talking about.
Instead of just being like
reactive.
Hey, stop what you're doing right now and come do all these chores, right? There's just like not a good enough system. So I feel like it definitely ruffles their feathers. And not that I have to be considerate of that, but I want to, because I don't want it to just be, I don't want anyone to keep trying to pull me out of a time where I feel like it should be mine. And if I've given them a time to watch TV or be in their room or whatever, then that should be their time. And so just out of respect for the process, I want to create these parameters around chores so that they know that it's their chore, they do their chore, and they feel more responsibility for it.
And on top of that, I think just when you're talking about the ownership and just kind of giving this sense of just being proactive with the responsibility, you know, systems is something that we talk about in schools. I probably have said it before. We talk about it in schools, you talk about it in work, but several times in my experience and in my opinion, I feel like we can just be better as people, as families, right? Just with certain systems and routines. Like, I want my 6-year-old to know that, hey, on these 2 days, I have to make sure I empty out the bathroom trash, right? Or even my 4-year-old, like, okay, I know on Fridays, I have to make sure our closet is clean. I make sure the shoes are nice and neat. I make sure there's no trash on the floor.
It's not taking me off guard. I know it.
It's coming. I can predict it.
Right.
Kids and even adults, we like routines. We like predictability.
Admit it or
so
not, we do.
We do.
You thrive there.
Yes.
It's one of my classic tell-all statements is that if teaching didn't do anything for me, it made me a better parent.
Yeah,
and there is truth in that. So bringing some of that into those family goals
Definitely.
to make our home more operational.
Yeah. A few more family things we had. You know, we were able to sneak a little family vacation in 2020. Want to definitely. That's something that I know that I did not grow up with a hardworking mom. That, you know, life was just what it was, and so just building time away together, creating those memories. We want to continue to keep up with that. Yep. We definitely want to try to probably a family that we're kind of. The phrase is potting with, but just, you know, that they're trying to live in a pandemic well, right? You know that they're trying to be responsible. So we would love, like we did last year, have a plan to do a vacation or something with a couple. That's definitely been something.
Yeah, with some more families. Hopefully we'll be able to do that. And I think we're all, you know, like you said, we have some close families that we exist with in pandemic and, you know, take some trips too.
Yeah. So, anything else for the family?
No, that really hits it.
Memories. You know, you're just trying to create memories. You're just trying to continue to do what you can, right? Try to maximize if we're at the house a lot.
Right.
You know, if, you know, we've said it before. We was on those bikes heavy. The first part of quarantine. Heavy.
Gosh, I had such a good time reviewing 2020.
She did. She had a whole time.
And just on my phone, look at these memories. Look at all this fun stuff.
If you haven't done that, do that. Just find some time to sit in your bed and just look back at your 2020.
You can even look back at like your stories or your Instagram things, and just, you know, that's all social media is, like a scrapbook. But
we gotta be reminded of that sometimes.
Yeah, and those days back, jump roping, riding bikes, playing volleyball. Good times. Gosh, in a parking lot that we claimed as ours.
Claimed it.
It was fantastic.
Let's get into some of our marriage goals. Couple goals out here in these streets here. So one goal that rolled right on over this thing was just continue to be intentional with time. Going into 2020, we talked about complicated schedules, but in general, the intentionality of our time as a couple. You know, because we're about to hit how many years of marriage?
Sorry.
She yawned on me. We was up late. We were up late.
Into 13.
Come on, man.
Oh my God.
13, 16 out here.
13 years coming up.
So maintaining that intentionality is one thing.
That's crazy.
And so one thing that fell off in 2020 because of a pandemic was just the date nights. And so that's one thing that we definitely want to continue to be creative and intentional about.
Yeah.
Is just bringing that back.
Yeah. It's about, like, you know, you sitting down in the bed together is cool. And watching TV or whatever you're gonna do, but that's not like, it's not like set. It's not like we did something. You know, a lot of people got dressed up yesterday even though they didn't go nowhere.
Right.
Or, you know, New Year's, whatever. But you know, it's just like being more intentional with like, this is a date, and we are treating it as though we are not just relaxing together.
Yeah, because there's time and place for that.
Yeah, because we definitely have had tons of that. We've had time together.
Yes.
But it wasn't like strategic or intentional for being a date. So just definitely working to improve that. And again, like Damon said, get creative with it, you know, if we're still, you know, kind of in line, you know, with limited access.
Yeah. And I think we'll probably maybe do a dating your spouse episode another time. But like, you know, specifically for our goals, we talked about potentially having a consistent day of the week, right? Monday evenings, Saturday afternoons, whatever the case may be.
And it doesn't have to be the same day, but we put everything on a calendar. So therefore, we need to make sure that we are putting ourselves on our calendar as like a block out time.
Definitely.
That, you know, it's us. It's our date. It's intentional.
Definitely. Another thing we have for one of ours is just continue to maintain our weekly kind of monthly check-ins. You may have caught the episode. We talked about that before, whether it's talking about budget, whether it's just kind of sharing about the week, or it's kind of just kind of a venting session, or just kind of like, hey, again, we share calendars. So it's like, hey, this is what's coming up. Sit down and let's just talk about.
On the same page.
Right. It's kind of a more of a business side, but it's important so you can have communication about as you get ready to get into a week with, you know, things that are important. So it's one of the big things we want to keep up.
Yeah. I have something to say. It's not coming.
Yeah. Turn me up. Turn my mic up. Let's go. Yeah.
You hear me now?
What else? You keep thinking on that for sure.
About those weekly checks. Oh.
You got it?
Pandemic.
Bang.
There was a moment where there was just no reason to really check in.
You alive?
You good?
All right.
What's on your calendar? There was nothing on those.
Nothing on that
now
calendar.
We're kind of functioning back to where we definitely need to be on the same page.
Yeah. What else?
So, what else we got? Oh, having people over or doing some type of variation with them, connected with another couple or other couples. Just, you know, Damon was like the pandemic, you know, police, you know, so we really stayed in. He's, whatever, we have views.
We have views.
I also have yet to receive COVID. I am still being safe. So, but to say that we want to still do more with others, like it's been a lot internal, 2020 was, and which was really sweet, you know, for us as a couple, for us as a family, but there's definitely a need to really get back connected with more friends and, you know, so having people over, taking advantage of the patio that we have or whatever it is, but really connecting. And I think warmer weather will definitely be a really fun and good time to do more of that too. So
yeah, no, that is good. I forget. This is the first time we've had a little deck.
Yeah,
so that
we had a nice porch previously, but
we did.
I really did love that porch.
That was a good porch.
It was a good porch.
Memories.
Yep.
And so yeah, that's for sure something that we want to continue to connect around with more people. And you know, virtual parking lots, outside curves, whatever the case may be.
Let's just do it.
Let's just do it.
Yeah.
Try to sneak in a few getaways. Last year we were able to sneak in. We snuck in 2, right? And we're about that. We have always been. If you don't know us that well, we have always been somebody who'd be like, boop, we would drop those kids out. When Mission was by himself, boop, we would drop them. We were.
Bye, kids.
Boom.
See you later, kids.
And so, you know, we've got a great roommate, and we also have a great couple. We can kind of maybe talk more about it, but we also kind of swap kids. And we're like, ooh, what is that? That's a teaser for another time.
Where they are now.
Right now.
Shout out to friends.
And so trying a few little getaways, and then, you know, just when you kids or no kids, right? Married, not married, whatever the case may be, those times just to kind of really put technology to the side.
Take yourself out of your normal
routines and you know, commute
home.
And just chill. Right, find a space.
Relax.
You know.
Yep, it's true.
That's something that we want to continue to.
Yep, need a couple down. Need to like do that maybe even like.
Say it.
Like quarterly.
That's what I said. I said quarterly.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing for us to do.
I like it.
Yep.
I like it.
And yeah, keep having great sex. It says intimacy, but you know, but to be fair, sex is not intimacy, and that's only. So
right.
just to be more, yeah.
Yeah, we had a really good one thing I love about Katoya, and one thing I love to do with Katoya is that when we have really is when we have really good conversations. And it can be a couple things.
We just went from sex to really good conversation.
Well, you're talking about intimacy, and we're breaking down the tiers of it, right? Physical intimacy and so on and so forth. I mean, you probably can relate to this if you're listening to this, where you maybe have just kind of a heart-to-heart you haven't had in a long time. Fix your face. And so you have a heart-to-heart. Maybe you just have a time where you're just laughing for an hour. Just those times where nothing is happening. You're chilling. You got your comfortable socks on. And you're just having a moment, right? You're just having to get yourself together.
I'm laughing because this is truly Damon's moment. I know when these moments are coming. And especially it has to do with productivity. I knock his socks off gas with productivity. If I'm all in and planning for the future and thinking about hopes and dreams, intimacy, right? Is a win. It's like, ooh, girl, I love you just a little bit more right now.
Hilarious.
Yeah, you can't deny it. It is so true. But there is something about the connection. We were watching a movie the other day, and it was like, I'm looking for a cosmic connection. But when things are gelling well and thriving well, it does feel more connected, which also springboards for truly better intimacy within the bedroom or wherever you want to go next with it. Just feels connected.
If before you get to the bedroom, this is a disconnect.
It ain't gonna work. Somebody's just gonna be serving. Sure.
Fine.
But am I right though? Have you experienced that? I'm
Have
just
you
saying.
experienced that? Fine.
It was great.
Thank you.
Now let's talk about the real problem.
Oh goodness.
Anyway, so yes, we definitely want to, continue the passion and connect.
Yeah, definitely.
In all kind of ways.
So those were some of our marriage goals, some of our couple goals there. And then in the issue with everything, feel good.
Yeah.
And then anything else, was really just kind of, we also broke down the finances, and then just like personal goals and just things that kind of the big nuggets, just to kind of keep us again with communication on the same page. You're just trying to hear each other's heart a little bit about maybe some things that they are anticipating, things that they're looking forward to, things that they're wanting to accomplish. So as a partner, as the bae, you want to come alongside and be like, yo, well, how can I support? How can I assist? How can I, be your ride or die, right? And all that things, right? And so really a lot of things for me rolled over, right? Career-wise, trying to still kind of maneuver that in the comedy content creation type of world here. And then, if I could just read books. And then, of course, physically, if I just eat the fruit that's at the house, that'll probably play a part. That Speedo is not going to wear itself, amen.
I love you regardless.
And so those are just a few personal goals. Connecting, I told her this morning, just continue to, which ties into the friends in the marriage as well, but also just individually, just continue to connect with fellas. That's just important, continue to just build relationships and just try to maximize time with people you care about. So those were some of my personal goals. Were there any personal goals that you were looking forward to in 2021?
Yeah. Spiritually, this year was tough.
Last year, 2020.
Yes, last year, 2020 was just, not having your normal ways of, really connecting with the body. So that was hard. So just definitely hope to see more intentionality given to my time with the Lord, because that's just a foundation, right? If that's what you believe, and it is what I believe, and it's what we believe. So hopefully seeing some more consistency there, and become a certified personal trainer.
Come on now.
I know.
Say that.
So I paid my money. I just need to finish the classes. And hopefully, I'll be heading toward becoming a Pound Icon.
Come on.
A master trainer for Pound. Been working hard at that for 2020, and I think we'll be rearing ahead, hopefully, for the top of this year.
Big time.
That's exciting.
Very exciting.
So those are a couple that I have. But then on a relational tip, just so you know a little bit about me, I am I love people tons, and I enjoy being around them, and I really have a lot of hobbies and things I enjoy doing. Most of them are around working out, but still. But if you're not in those spheres of the world with me, it is a little harder for me to be as intentional. So I do really hope to show value to the friendships and relationships that I do have that don't share necessarily my same interest. Yeah, just really hoping to text, call, hang out on porches, go hang out outdoors and eat with some friends that do mean a lot to me. Like I said, 2020, for sure in hindsight, definitely felt more internal, like the walls of our home. But hoping to see what 2021 looks like more externally as we move into new normal. Yeah.
Definitely.
That's me.
That is right there.
That is us. What else? Anything else? I hope you guys I hope you've taken some assessment, right? No matter what way you do it. I found we gave out a little document. It was fine. There's more out there. I use one from Commit 3030 as well. That's the planner I use. Hopefully you got your new planner and you designing and getting all ready and geared up for it. That's a real thing. It's really exciting. But hopefully you've taken a good assessment. If you haven't, definitely recommend it. You might find some sweet nuggets throughout 2020 that it was able to provide to you, and then maybe springboard you on over for 2021. So
yes, definitely.
The reflection is just important as setting those goals.
Yes. I'm going to put the reflection sheet, the planning sheet again in the show notes. So if you're listening to that, you can find that down there. It'll also still be in our link in our bios and Instagram and on our Facebook page, et cetera, et cetera. Anywhere you kind of really find us, you'll be able to find it. And hopefully, again, it brings some value and it's helpful to lead to some good, healthy dialogue. So, but that's going to do it. Those are most of our 2021 or 21 goals. As always, man, we appreciate y'all so much for rocking with us. We are excited. This is going to be a full year. You're going to get a chance to hopefully hang out with us for a full year.
Oh my God.
Right? It's going to be crazy when we hit a year of
crazy.
This thing.
Whoa.
In, what is that,
August.
8 months, 9 months, something like that, right? But please continue to rate and review the podcast on Apple, iTunes. Again, appreciate you, Catherine Blanford, for that.
Yep.
Check out the show notes for the planner sheet if you want that good right there. The Facebook private group, hopping that. Patreon, bonus episodes coming your way. Dig into it. Damon Couture here. We'll talk soon.
Bye. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.